There's probably been like 2 minutes notice. All right, we need to grab a. If you can actually copy the interim disclosure and put it on that page too, if you start working on it. Okay, I'm just gonna do this, taking out the links. See, we know about marketing because your internet's slow as fuck.
I know. Well, no, it's because a million people are on it.
Yeah. Most probably. They're all sending that email. We'll have to have everybody shut down their computers and disconnect their iPhones from the internet when we do this. Make sure we get a good signal.
This is the one. Okay, I did. You could go set up the Hangout too, because I set it up. It's actually live, and I invited you. So if you want to go, you can. We can let you shoot it from the bar or something.
Yeah, that's fine. Which email do you? Anybody else have a relatively decent here on different the time you got up there? Yeah. This one? Is it a hangout? Yeah.
If 我们现在转进。
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Dave Sharp. Obviously, you're sitting here watching me work. I'm kind of just finishing up a couple of things before we get started here. My internet's incredibly slow because we have, like 20 millionaires here in the living room, no joke, who are kind of marketing and sending out things to their list and stuff like that. So if there's a little bit of a lag, that's cool. Don't worry. We're going to get started here in probably 5 or 10 minutes. I just want you to hang tight. We've got probably one of the most impactful and badass live streams that we've ever done. Just because we have so many millionaires sitting in this house right now, they're actually down flying into a leader's mastermind. So I want you to just hang tight. I got to finish up a couple of things, and we'll go live here in just a second.
Right. Hey, what's up, folks? It's Dave Wood. We're just moving the camera out here, and then we're going to get started in just a second. We have like 18 marketers shutting down their internet, so the internet speed can go fast enough to actually do a broadcast that doesn't look totally shitty. But I'm excited about this. The reason I'm excited is because it's pretty rare that you have the opportunity not just to hear from one person who's making a lot of money, but to hear from a room full of people who combined, this room is responsible indirectly or directly for creating over the last year over $21 million in commissions. Okay, and so you guys are going to be able to hear tonight how we've done that, and we're going to be able to show you how you can take the principles we applied tonight and turn them around fast and start creating income quickly. Okay, and so hang out for 1 or 2 more minutes. We got to shut down a whole bunch of internets. A whole bunch of marketers are online sending emails, and it's taking up all the bandwidth in Dave Sharp's house out in St. Pete, Florida. And then you guys will be able to see a good recording. This is going to be incredible information, and you're going to want to trust me, stay out and hang out for the entire time. We're here, probably be an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. See you guys in a sec. Oh, hey, another suggestion for you while you guys are waiting here. If you're an Empower Network, if you just take the link at the end of this, you just got a little username at the end of there, I want you to take that link to send it out to your list, copy the email of the person who invited you to this presentation, change the links out to your own link, send it to your list, send it to your friends and family, put it on your Facebook wall, use the social media bar for that, and let's get an army to this live stream here, because this is a rare opportunity to see a whole lot of cool people. So see you guys in a second. What's up, folks? This is Dave Wood, and I'm here actually with Sophia Ranashkin and Chris Record in the room. We're actually installing the Google Plus Hangout plugin to the computer out there. Yeah, this is actually kind of funny because, you know, I used to struggle. We were just talking. Here, you sit down. Come on.
No.
Okay. I used to struggle all week to get 10 people to a hotel meeting. You know what I mean? Like all week. I mean, I remember going out 6 hours a night, literally all week. And I'd be like, come to the meeting, giving people DVDs and doing calls, and let's take 10 people show up. And like, it was what, how long was it? It was 25 minutes ago, right? I was like, guys, I got this great idea. You know, all of us collectively, you know, we've done last year, you know, $21 million in commissions. I've got this brilliant, great idea. Let's do a hangout, because when are we in a room like this? Right? It never happens. Yeah. And so this is 25 minutes ago, and right now we've got 733 people on there. The emails literally just hit. You know what I mean? So I used to struggle all week to get less than 100 of what we just got in 25 minutes doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you work all week to get 10 people in the room, and 10 commit, and then 4 people show up.
I mean, it's just badass. It's just the truth. There ain't nothing like it. So, guys, I think, actually, it looks like we've got the computer on out there with everybody. You see Tony, you see Dave Sharp. Everybody's waving, you know, out there looking at the camera. You know, get a room full. So we're going to go back out there.
And you know the funny thing is, guys, we're all in the same house.
We can't hear you, Dave Sharp. You're not coming through the sound.
Oh, we're not plugged in.
Oh, wait, no, the sound is coming through. I see the sound bar.
Oh,
okay,
it's
cool. We're going to go join these guys out there, and we will see you guys in a second.
This is how we couples communicate all the time.
Yeah.
Don't you guys do that too?
All right, guys, we're gonna walk you over here. Hold on, let me see this. Let me see this computer real quick. We're gonna actually walk you over here, and it's. I don't actually know what Dave said because you know I wasn't in there a second ago. But I mean, we're basically gonna just kind of do a roundtable mastermind here, and you know I'm just kind of walking around in my house, and as I pan around, and there's Peter, there's Dave's wife Ashley just hanging out. There's Nicole Cooper just hanging out. There's Jose Rivera. Yet to turn off his Wi-Fi. Actually, a second ago we had literally. Oh, he's like mine is. We had 20 people sitting around, all with their Wi-Fi on, and it was taking us 20 minutes with something that should have took us 5 minutes because we were all working literally 20 people on Wi-Fi. And now we've turned it off, and Aaron's actually the only one that's still over here on Wi-Fi, and he's banging out emails faster than freaking Taz the Tornado Devil there. But guys, we've got literally as I pan around, I mean, you're seeing.
Hold on 1 second, because you're actually panning around with the little image showing. So let's click on this.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So I mean, what I want to show you here, just as a little intro, is that we've probably got, I mean, how many million a month just in talent here in this room? I mean, probably I would say close to several million a month, maybe even close to 5 million a month just in talent. So guys, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to basically just do a roundtable mastermind discussion. We've done this a couple of times over the course of the last couple of days. Is just kind of sat down and said, what's working in our business? What have we done over the course of the last 12 months, Kevin and Melissa, to go from, you know, scratch to over $100,000 in commissions and literally created a 6-figure income virtually overnight. I mean, you guys did it super fast. It wasn't something that took 2 to 4 years. We want to show you tonight basically a 2 to 4 week plan. And I know that most people, when they say 2 to 4 weeks, God, I've been struggling in this industry for years, or I've been struggling in this industry for months. Some people are just getting started. A lot of you on this webinar tonight are new. But we want to show you a 2 to 4 week plan that you can get all in with Empower. And of course, if you're not in, there's a couple of links right directly below this video that you can either join for 25, it's only 25, or get all in. We're going to talk about the benefits of that here over the course of the next hour or so. But like I said, we're going to take a collective brainstorming session, just kind of pass this computer around and talk about what we've done over the last 12 months now to generate $20 million in commissions, generate well over 1 million leads, and change people's lives all over the world. And the stories are just so many more than I can even think of. And there's people that we don't even know who are getting all kinds of amazing results. But the truth of the matter is this is a rare opportunity. We've got 20 or so millionaire marketers all in the same house down in Florida who are all masterminding. And this is a rare opportunity to get everybody's perspective and everybody's input on what they've done. So, you know, I think that we should start this off basically by kind of talking about the benefit of, first and foremost, being all in, right? And I mean, we can go in any direction with this, but I mean, that's really, I think, where we want to end up, because that's important.
Let's do something. Let's actually do something else first. I don't know if you can hear me. Remember, we're broadcasting through 2 cameras here. But you know, you guys, what I want to do actually is just do a quick go around the room, and I want to ask people here in the room just kind of what kind of results that they've created, just really quick, just so you guys know who maybe don't know who we are, just so you guys actually know who's in this room. Who's in the room? Okay. Because some people watching this, you may or may not be familiar with all these faces. So we're gonna start with Dave Sharp. Dave Sharp. How much have you made as an affiliate in the last 13 months?
An affiliate, we've done close to 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.9 million in commissions. We've personally sponsored. Yeah, 1.9, and of course, that's me and my partner Dave, right? We've done 1.9, right? 1.9 million in commissions. We've done personally sponsored over 3,500 people. We've now got a team of, well, basically a team of 72,000 people, because, I mean, we started here back 12 months ago with 2 guys in a room of about 30 people, right? And those 30 people turn into 10,000 people over the course of the last 12 months. But I mean, you know, just because we've made 1.9 million in commissions, and again, I think the important part to remember here is not that, you know, we own the company. Because we don't look at ourselves like that. We look at ourselves from the perspective of a marketer. And my story is similar to a lot of these stories in here. The Nutshell Reader's Digest version is for a long time, right? I struggled doing dumb stuff inside of my business that didn't make any money, that had me working and slaving all night long, right? I'd work construction all day long and come home and work my business all night long. And I didn't have the right system, people, or information to get resolved. And then literally, all of a sudden, when all of the pieces came together with what we have here in Empower, we did 1.9 million in commissions. It was almost magical, right? Because everything came together at the right time. And it was from, right, making a decision to get all in. And it was also from not just physically getting all in, but emotionally and mentally getting all in and saying, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get business, and that's when everything changed for me. So 1.9 million in commissions and a team of over 3,500. Then we'll go to, I guess, Sophia. Here, if you want to hold the computer, or else if you want me to hold it for you, whatever you want.
We're broadcasting through 2 cameras, so maybe look back and forth to the different audience watching. If you feel like it, it doesn't really matter.
I just want to make sure that they can. Oh, there you go. There you go.
It's delayed a little bit. It's slow down now. So Sophia, quick question for you. So you and Aaron, you work together as a team. And you've got a lot of businesses, you've got a lot of incomes. What do you guys do? You know, you guys have made, I think, your best months you've had are over 100,000. I don't actually know what your best months are, but you guys are 7-figure earners.
Yeah.
7-figure earners.
Yeah.
And you've been online for years.
Yeah, we've been online for a few years. Yeah.
You tried the hotel meetings and stuff. We were actually laughing about that in the other room. Some people heard it, where, you know, we used to work all the time to get people these little schemes, and then we do this, and 1,000 people on. What do we got?
Where do I see it?
It says somewhere. Maybe it says on the other computer, not this one.
Okay.
So we'll check in a second. So we got a 7-figure earner here. Okay. What are you guys doing right now in Empower Network?
Us?
Yeah. This is Melissa Connect, by the way, if you guys don't know. If you guys on the internet can't hear, it's Melissa Connect. What do you guys do a month here?
Yeah. Well, right now I know that we're just around, we're hovering around 30, and we're at about 7.5 months, 125,000.
So you've made 125,000 in 7.5 months from Empower Network, right?
Yeah, and during that time had a huge move where we basically did nothing and still made money. I had no advertising out. We did absolutely nothing for 6 weeks and still had a great month. So
awesome, awesome. Hey, somebody else, can you direct this here for a second? I gotta put something on the screen. I want you to just walk around and direct it. Yeah, okay.
All right, yeah.
Somebody grab the camera. Yeah, because this isn't recording sound.
I think, there we go. So what Melissa said, yeah, we've been here for 7.5, almost 8 months now with Empower Network, and $125,000 in from scratch. I mean, last December, right, Melissa? We were bankrupt. In fact, we filed the paperwork this week last year. So what an incredible difference a year makes to be in this room. I mean, I don't know if we can pan around this room and look at all these incredible badasses. We're going to get around here to everybody in just a second. But what a difference. So so thank you, David, and thank you, David, wherever David went to. Thanks very much. I mean, it's just incredible what a difference a year makes for us. So.
Hey guys, I'm going to be right back here in a second, but what I'm going to do in the meantime is turn this over to Chris Record to just introduce himself and pass this around while I go grab a video, guys.
Right on. What's up, everyone? Chris Record here. Hopefully you can hear us live streaming over here at David Sharp's house. And we've got just a ton of leaders here. And, you know, I just want to put this in perspective, that getting this many people together in a mastermind is where you want to be. And we got this idea looking around, realizing how grateful we were to have all these leaders in the room, that we wanted to share this experience with you. We wanted you to be here with us. And so came up with this idea to do a live stream right now. Wanted you to drop everything and just be able to experience this. What we want to do is we want to share, you know, just nuggets of wisdom. We want to talk about something that we're going to do. Directly following this hangout, we're going to go to a restaurant. Okay, so tonight we're going to all go out and we're going to eat. We're going to take a camera and we're going to go around to each person individually and be interviewing them. What exactly are they doing to have success? Because no matter how much training you go through, no matter how many modules you go through, there's something totally different about getting leaders in a room, getting them some food, some of them even some drinks, and then asking them to share what's working for them. Because, yeah, I'm hearing Toby in the background saying, give him some drinks, and he'll share exactly what's happening. And, you know, that's the point of what we're going to do. We're going to share some strategies. For example, it's about 11 days in the month or 12 days in the month right now. This month I've been able to personally make around $25,000, $26,000 so far in the first 11 days. And I know there's a little echo there. Hopefully we can fix that in a minute. But I want to share exactly what I'm doing to create that. So if anybody's interested in learning how to create around $25,000 inside of 10 days in a business that I only work part-time. I only do this part-time. I have a full-time business. I'm an executive for a company, and I have 2 kids under 2. So if you want to learn those secrets, then what I want you to, we're going to be sharing those on film at the dinner that we're going to go to later on tonight. You're going to hear a little bit more about how you can be part of that, how you can listen to those training videos. But without hogging up too much more of the time, I'm going to go ahead and pass the computer over here to my good friend Chuck Marshall. Let him share with you.
Hey guys, this is Chuck Marshall hanging out in Dave Sharp's house here, and just like Chris was saying, it's been totally awesome to be here hanging out with all these different leaders here at Empower Network, and it's been really cool for me too, because I've learned a lot of things this weekend for just hanging out with the people that I'm hanging out with. And just like Chris was saying, this is definitely where you want to be at. And now for me, I just crossed over the 1-year mark being in Empower Network, and I'm right at like $406,000 or $407,000 made for myself. My best month being a little over $53,000. And not only that, I couldn't get there unless it was for the efforts of my team duplicating, and they're doing that because of Empower Network and the products and everything that we have here. Of course, you guys know that. But you know, I'm extremely happy to be here hanging out with everybody, and this is the best year I've ever had. I mean, you know, personally, financially, everything. So I don't know what else to say.
Well, say you're a badass, brother. But if you don't get in, you don't love your family.
Well, that's true. That's true. If you don't get in and you don't love your family, that's just true. So, but here, I got Toby Black standing right next to me over here.
What's going on, everybody out there in internet land? I just stole the computer from this young man. When you're sitting here at home, sitting at home right now, watching this, no matter what beginning point you're at, maybe you're just getting started, maybe you just signed up a couple of minutes ago, maybe you've been in for a few months or a year, look at all the different people in this room right now. It's not you don't see like this common thread apart from a couple of things. We all have different backgrounds. We all have different personalities. We've all done different things before. Some of us were homeless. Some of us were drug addicts. Some of us were professionals. Some of us were broke musicians. There's tons of different backgrounds here, and that just proves one major thing, and the most important thing, that anyone can do it. No matter where you come from, no matter what your background is, no matter what you look like, what you sound like, anyone can do it. Flat out, Empower is the easiest way online to make money. If you think about it, you have to have an offer, a funnel, you have to drive traffic, you have to do conversions, you have to get merchant account, you have to do all of these things. if you're not in Empower. When you're in Empower, all of that's done for you. All you have to worry about is getting people to your site, and we teach you how to do that. So Toby Black signing out here, but just remember, no matter what level you're at right now, no matter where you're at in your business, you're in the right place at the right time here with Empower Network.
Hey, Toby, can I ask you actually a specific question? This is Dave Wood, and I don't know if you guys can all see me, but now a lot of people are busy, okay, and they wonder, is it possible for a guy who's part-time or no time to make money in Empower? Now you've had lots of income streams over the years. You have still have income coming in from all over the place because you know how to market, right? Now you went through a period where for 6 months straight you did nothing with Empower Network. So I don't want to know how much you make now, okay? Because I mean we all know you're just you're balling, but I want to know how much you made in that 6 months when you did nothing.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And about the 6-7 month time frame, we made like it was over $90,000.
So $90,000 in $6 from
6 months.
A broke musician. Now, just real quick, playing off of this topic here, if we take both cameras around, I want to introduce you to Lawrence here. Now, Lawrence, you got started in Empower Network, and you were completely part-time because you work full-time.
Yeah,
right?
full-time.
How much did you make part-time in Empower Network before you were laid off of your job?
I think you had a blog post that said I did like 50K in like 72 days. No, it was 56 days, 72,000.
56 days, 72,000.
Yeah. Part-time.
Wait, 72,000 in 56 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, part-time.
Part-time.
I'm just saying, guys, part-time. Now, real quick here, we've actually got a guy who, Chris Record, he was just talking. Come over here real quick, because a lot of people, and I just want to speak to everybody in the audience here. They say, hey, I can't work full-time on this. You guys are scheming on the internet all day. Now, how many hours a week do you work, Chris, outside of Empower Network? I mean, at your job? Because you got a job. It's like it's
Sure. Well, I mean, just to be completely transparent and honest with everything here, while we're all here brainstorming, the majority of the time I've even been here, I've been working. We're just doing so many things.
Guys,
working at my corporate job.
Yeah, we're working his job. He's actually sitting here on getting assignments done for his work.
I am
here while we flow.
And I have integrity to the job. It's not like just a job where I just want to fire my boss. It's actually a business that I'm involved in. I love it. But I loved Empower so much I didn't want to miss out on this. So I said, how can I, in an hour or two a day, how can I create a good income here? How can it be automated? How can I get a system in place to be able to do it? And in 6 months, I've been able to make about $125,000 total income working about an hour or two a day marketing. And, if I ever do have any extra free time on the side of an hour or two, I'll study, I'll learn, I'll try to grow, but literally about an hour or two a day actual marketing. And I've got 2 kids under 2 years old. So sometimes people say that they don't have time. And I'll tell you, if you don't have time, let me tell you something. It's not about how hard you work, it's about how smart you work. Learn how to leverage the small amounts of time, be effective, make as much money as possible because you deserve it, because you love your family. And that's why you deserve it.
You do deserve it. I just want to point out 2 people in the room that have made over $100,000 in under 6 months who are part-time. 2 people, and you got in. You didn't get in at launch. See, sometimes people say, well, yeah, if I got in at the beginning like Lawrence Tam did, I could make money. But how much did you make in the last 11 days?
The last 11 days, the first 11 days of December so far, just fresh right now, has been right around $26,000 in the first 12 days of the month.
So 26,000 in
11 days. It's crazy. Every single day I get these commission notifications. I call it the Dave and Dave spam because it just comes, Dave and Dave, you earned another commission, you earned another commission, you earned another commission. I'm sitting here working my day job going, where am I earning all these commissions from? Because I'm not currently doing any work, but I'm still getting paid. It's because momentum. If you take massive action and create massive momentum, you can experience spam from Dave and Dave as well. You got to get there.
It's the best thing ever. So we've got now 2 part-time guys over 6 figures in under 6 months working an hour or 2 a night. Right now we've got 2 in the room. Now it doesn't guarantee that you're going to do that. I'm just saying there's 2 in the room right now that are part-time. Now next thing I want to cover just real quick is people who don't got money. So we're going to go over here to Kevin Connect, because now I'm not saying he doesn't have money now. I'm just saying, because he wouldn't be on the live stream. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to bring broke people on the live stream when they're broke, right? We got Kevin Connect. Now, Kevin, what do you got to say out there? Now, some people are on the webinar, they're like, I'd like to get all in Empower. Now, we're going to talk about what this means here in a second, but we're talking about how much did you have when you came to our event in Atlanta? How much did you have in your name?
We had just about $500 in our checking account.
500,000?
No, 500.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that it was only $500. Now, you spent your rent money on getting in.
Correct.
Hey, real quick, Melissa, is that true? Did he spend? Wait, who spent the rent money? Was it him? Okay, so he spent, and you got kids. So he spent the rent money, and you got kids on getting all in, right?
Right.
Okay, so you had $500 in your checking account. How much did you have in your checking account at event number 2?
$35,000.
That was including all the money you spent on marketing, which obviously wasn't a lot because you were broke. That was including the commissions, flying out to the event,
Right.
and still you'd made $35,000 event too.
We made $60,000 and we kept $35,000.
So you kept 35. It's fun to spend a little bit of money, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
I heard a guy one time, a long time ago, he said, you know, my first year, I really succeeded. I made $995,000. And you know what he said? He said, you know how much I spent? About $995,000. You're doing good. Only like a third, right? Now, next thing I want to do real quick is I want to go over, some of you guys, you know, some moms are watching this, right? Or, you know, something like that. So real quick, I want to introduce you to Nicole Cooper, right? But when you got in, you were like
8.5 months pregnant.
Wait, just hold on. Let's get this again. So everybody, you got in how pregnant?
8.5 months pregnant when I started.
And she was still beautiful and she was gigantic, right? I mean, it was just right out there. Right? So now, that wasn't fair, right? So you got in 8.5 months pregnant and you had a kid. You had some depression going on for a bit, which you're now out of.
Yep.
So great to see you smiling
Celebrating,
all the time, just glowing. So you're out. And how much money have you made in Empower Network?
$112,000.
$112,000 as a mom. Okay.
I didn't work for like 6.5, almost 7 months of that, of the 13 months I've been in.
Really?
Yeah. So I worked about 6 months and made 112.
That's awesome. Give her a hand, everybody. Give her a hand. Guys, so we're just going around with stories in the room. Now, real quick, here, let's turn it around because the guy who's actually holding camera number 2 is Mr. Rush here. Now, some of you guys are burnout network marketers. You're burnout on internet marketing because your life sucks. You know, you've been on the phone. You know what I mean? You go to the meeting, and today we're going to tell you to put down the phone and pick up the paychecks.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, put down the phone, pick up the paycheck. But you were one of these burnout guys.
Yeah.
Right? So you were burnout, right? You weren't rich when you got in. You didn't get in and start slamming a big list. No, you didn't have a lot of money. Now, people think you had a lot of money because you've made good money.
I've made good money.
And you spent it like we all have, right?
Yeah.
Didn't lost it, spent it, right?
Yeah.
You made a lot of money and spent it, right? Because sometimes people do that, and that's okay. Now, what's the most you ever had in your checking account before Empower Network? Just sitting
at one time,
yeah.
$32,000.
So now that's a lot to most people. Now what do you got? Just curious in your bank account. Now you've been network marketing for how long? Direct sales for
Lord God, 20 years.
20 years. Most he ever had in his checking. And he's made good money. Most he's ever had in his checking account is $30,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
For a little while, and it all went back out.
Yeah. And right now, how much you got in your bank account?
In our primary account, the one that we actually spend money out of, it's like. It's stupid because it's uneducated.
It's a couple $100,000. Yeah, just sitting in his checking account. You know what I mean? He's just,
and then we got investments and those.
And he's got investments, but he's got $200,000 sitting. Hey, just curious, when you go when you go to your bank, because this happens to me, and you just withdraw some money, does the banker's face just go like?
Here's what happens: like you get ready to wire money somewhere to do something, whatever, and the bank teller does this. They're like, "Okay, what's your account number?" And they're like, "Would you like us to help set an appointment with one of our investment advisors?" Or it's like, "No, it's okay. We know what we're going to do with that." They don't see that. They usually see $200 in a checking account. You know, like the average check balance in the United States is like under $500, and yeah, it's funny to watch the.
It is. It's hilarious. So, Tony, guys, we got story after story after story after story in the room. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one of these right now because we're going to get to everybody over the course of this live stream, okay? And what we want to do is we want to lay out for you guys how to make $1 million in 2013, okay? How to make $1 million in 2013. It's going to be the purpose of this webinar is how to do it, okay? Now, here's how we can teach it just because we've done it, right? Now, last year we've done, in the last 13 months, what we done, Dave? We're up to like we're up to like 21 million something in commissions right now. We're up to 21 million commissions. We're doing about $1 million a week in commissions right now. So right now people are earning about $1 million a week in commissions. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend. Hey, can somebody clear off this whiteboard here? Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a short time, not like hours on the whiteboard because we got tons of people. But I'm going to spend, guys. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend about 10 minutes on the whiteboard explaining how to make $1 million in 2013. Now, it doesn't guarantee you're going to do it, right? Because you can't guarantee me you're not a wussy, okay? But it's going to be the formula. So if you follow the formula, you're going to get a much more predictable result. But it was talking to Chris Record the other day. Now, Chris, can you come here for a second here? Now, this is another guy, one of these guys who was in one of these old school companies running around in Walmart and stuff, right? And we used to walk up to people in Walmart and we'd say, you seem like a sharp person. Now, first we'd wander around looking for a sharp person, and you get nervous because you're in Walmart, right? And you're trying to avoid the security guards because they kick you out if they catch you. I got kicked out of 3 Walmarts in Phoenix, Arizona. I think there's only 4, right? But you got to kind of avoid the security and look for people dressed in suits and stuff because, of course, they're the sharp ones. And then you walk up, and what do you say?
You compliment them. You tell them how sharp that they look, and then you see if they keep their options open to looking at new ways of making money outside of doing whatever they're doing. And you, by complimenting them, they get really excited, and so they're like, you know, they're always open. And then you get your phone number. But in that company, which we can't say the name, right? But it rhymes with
Ramway.
Rhymes with Ramway. But in that company, we used to go out prospecting back in the day. Now, I will say, look, it was a great experience. I don't wish it upon everybody, but learning how to be able to do that is an amazing feat in itself. But, you know, we used to go and just find sharp people. That was our day-to-day job. It was like go to Starbucks or go to the mall or go to some coffee shop or go to some place, find sharp people. And what I don't even know how you determine sharp. Maybe a nice shirt.
Yeah, it's like a nice shirt. Just like you look good or whatever it is. Yeah, David Sharp.
David Sharp. If I saw David, I'd be like, hey, you look sharp.
I'd be like, what's your last name? And you'd be like Sharp. You'd be like, shit, you are the man I'm looking for.
I've been looking for you for 5 years. You know,
so
yeah,
I
wandered around for 5 years.
For 5 years. Now, here's the point I want to get across to you guys, okay? What I'm going to show you relatively is easy. Now, when I say it's easy, I ain't saying you don't got to do nothing. Now, maybe you can sit there and be doing nothing because you were marketing before and commissions are just hitting your inbox like there ain't no tomorrow. But there's something that went before that you got to work. However, when I say it's easy, I'm saying that because I did this bullshit, right? And I've had jobs. And I'll tell you something, compared to any job I have, this is the easiest shit ever. I just sit there and money hits my bank account like nothing else exists. Absolutely. So here, Dave, you want to hold this just real quick? And I'm going to do this. I think you got to get a little bit closer. You got it, Tony, on that end? All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Formula to $1 million in 2013. Now what I'm going to do after this formula is we're going to go around the room because people in this room have made a lot of money, okay? They've made a lot of money in Empower Network. Some of them, this is the first time they've made a lot of money. Sometimes people think, hey, only the top people get into this shit and make money. Not true, right? Some people here, it is their first time making a lot of money. Tony Rush has made a lot of money, but he ain't never had a couple $100,000 sitting around in his checking account wondering, God, how do I spend this? You know, I can, right? He's made a lot of money before, okay? A lot of us have made money, okay, before. Some people have not, all right, but all of us have got wisdom and insight. So we have a unique opportunity because this room is the foundational leadership responsible for creating over $20 million in commissions in the last year in Empower Network and is going to be responsible, along with you, in 2013 in doing over $100 million in commissions, okay? And they've got wisdom to share. So what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to draw out the formula and the steps that you need to take, and then we're going to all give some wisdom and insight on how to make it work fast. And for those of you who decide to take action on what we say and get all in with us and make a commitment to run with us, for those of you who do that, and it is going to be limited to a number of you who do it tonight, those of you who decide to do that, you know what we're going to do? Is we're going to actually record something a little bit later on tonight. We're actually going to break down this process for you, and we're going to show you how to get into profit now. Okay? So let me show you guys the formula for making $1 million in 2013. You excited about this, Dave Sharp?
Yeah, baby.
Well, Dave Sharp isn't excited about it. He's like, I want to make $5 million. I made 1.9 last year, right? But for the rest of y'all who want to make $1 million in 2013, this is how to do it. You ready? Okay, this is how you create an income, and I'm going to be really quick because we got a lot of people. We need to go out to eat tonight, and it's my anniversary, and my wife's like,
Happy anniversary!
Hey, she's the most badass girl ever. Everybody give Ashley a So here's the formula: is you got to start from where you want to go and work backwards and compress it into daily activities. Okay, actually, Chris, somebody was talking about this the other day. The formula for creating a lot of money. Okay, and let me show you how to do it. So we got $1 million, and what's $1 million a year? It's about $80,000 a month, $85,000 a month.
Yep.
Okay, so we're just going to say 90 because my brain doesn't work that fast. Okay, so we'll be over $1 million a little bit. If you make $90,000 in a month, how much is that a day?
3,000.
3,000. 3,000. Now, real quick, not everybody here makes 3,000 every day. right? But real quick, Tony, here, let me put this on you. Tony, have you made 3,000 in a day before here at Power?
Let's say 72.
7,200.
Yes.
Oh, not 72,000.
7,200 in a day.
I almost grabbed my patch here. Let's turn both cameras around. Hey, Tracy, have you made over 3,000 in a day?
Yes.
Now, not every day quite yet, but you've made 3,000 in a day.
Yes.
Now, you've made 3,000 in a day before here? You've had 7 days in a row making 3,000 in a day, right? You've made 3,000 a day before here? Toby, you made 3,000, you've made 3,000, you made 3,000 a day? You made 3,000 a day, right? So everybody in this room, you guys have made everybody in this room has done this in at least one day, okay? So how do you do this over a year? Well, it's really simple. You say you make $3,000 a day, 30 days a month. Now that's the formula to make $1 million a year, right? Now if you think about it like that, you say, okay, well, how do I make $3,000 a day? This market work a little bit better? Let me show you how to make $3,000 a day here at Empower Network. All right, now this is going to sound dumb stupid, okay, but I'm just going to tell you how to do it. We've got 5 products at Empower Network that have paid people over $20 million in commissions. Okay. Hey, can somebody else hold this that has less shaky hands, maybe? All right, there's probably people on the internet about to throw up, or we could put it maybe even on the table there. I'm like that too. I'm like, you know.
Well, I'm too easily distractible, so I'm like, you know, shiny ball.
He's imagining commissions, right? Okay, I'm going to kneel down for the sake of this camera here. So we got everybody on here. So we got 5 products. Product 1, and then you don't have it right now. You don't love your family. Of course, maybe you do love your family and you're buying it now, so that's okay, right? But you can buy it by hitting the button below this video, okay? It's $25 a month, and I don't have time to say what it is right now because we're going to focus on other stuff because we're assuming that you're a smart person who wants to make money and that you realize that, you know, sometimes when we were first around, people were like, oh, Empower Network, they'll be here today and gone tomorrow. And a year later, not only are we doing more sales every month than we were our launch month, but every day is like a normal launch in internet marketing here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting launch money every single day a year later, and now we're doing as much a week as we did our launch month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it's like you can't argue with it when you look at the success of the room, right? And we didn't tell these leaders, hey, fly out here to Mastermind. We flew them out first class because we're making money as a company. How many employees do you guys see running around there?
Because you're first
4?
class.
Yeah, because we realize the leaders here, they're not part of our business. They're not our employees that we can just order around. They're our business, right? So leaders are welcome and appreciated here at Empower Network, all right? So realize something that if you ain't in, I just think you're a weenie after hearing that alone and just seeing the incomes in this room. Just join, okay? So $25 a month, right? Product 2 is $100 a month. Now this product in the last year has actually paid around $6 million in commissions, okay? That product does. Now, next product is one-time payment of $500. That is a course developed before Empower Network. Sometimes people say, oh, Empower Network, they only have products that teach you how to sell Empower Network. Well, bullshit. That course people paid $3,000 for before Empower Network existed. You get a discount of $2,500 when you steal it for $500, okay? It's the concepts that created the company that done over $21 million in sales. So stop being a weenie and buy it, all right? Now, product 3 is $1,000. Now, this is the 15K formula. Real quick here, let's take both these cameras around. Tracy, can you grab this one and Tony grab that one? Now, I should get testimonies from you guys. Now, Chris Record here, he made $26,000, right? $26,000 part-time. You don't do any paid ads.
No, not yet. I want to, and I will because I'm learning everything in the education. But as of now, I've just been doing a lot of free advertising.
So he's a blogger, and he teaches you how he's made $26,000 primarily blogging, right, in the 15K formula.
Absolutely.
His training is worth $10,000 in there, and it's part of the training. It's going to be part of about 20 modules we're recreating. I'm just pointing out here, guys, when you were doing your training, okay, I was asking people who thinks this first training was worth more than $1,000. And you know what happened? I had about 100 comments in the GoToWebinar where people were like, it's worth more than $1,000, it's worth $2,000, it's worth $5,000. So the point is that this is world-class education. Now here's the biggie, and this is what I'm going to talk about here. There's an affiliate fee to be an affiliate of Empower. This is it. Obviously, we're showing you how to get money. And then we have a product called the Costa Rica Mastermind Intensive, and we're actually going to spend a lot of time talking about this and getting all in Empower Network tonight. Now the Costa Rica Mastermind Intensive, or is that what you call it? No, the Master's Course. I'm deleting things in my brain. The first one is called Mastermind Intensive. This one's called the Master's Course, right? We should have come up with a slightly different name than that. But in any case, this course here is 40 modules on how to get rich, okay? And it's not just an Empower Network. You take this and start a company with it if you want it. right? This is stuff I actually think every MLM company owner in the world should go through this, because they're getting their reps to do dumbass shit that's going to get them to quit their company and join Empower Network, right? That's the truth, right? That company, right? For example, all right, here, Toby, come up here real quick.
Here we go.
No. Listen to this, for guys. You know, you've made a lot of money in network marketing, traditional network marketing, multiple times. You've made a lot of money in internet marketing multiple times. All right. Now you've made a lot of money in Empower Network too, and you've still got lots of money coming in from lots of places, right? Absolutely. And you've only been doing this a few years, right? This is a smart man. He actually came in right after I started succeeding. You kind of latched on what I was doing, modeled it on your own, and it worked real well for you.
Why create something new when that's working? Absolutely.
And then they took off and they got their own skills. Now, you have had duplication in teams offline, and you've had duplication online, right? And you can do both. Now, here's a question I asked for you. How fun is it having duplication, getting phone calls all day and night? I'm just wondering.
When Dave said it, and you probably heard him say it, there's so many people out there in our industry preaching the dream but living the nightmare. The first time he said that, it was like stabbing me in the heart. Because here's Layla, my beautiful wife, and I. We're making great money. Yes, we have people in our team making some money, but we're hating our day. That's not your dream life. That's not your dream job. Today, 15, 16 of us had the most amazing days sitting around relaxed, masterminding, coming up with ideas to help you make more money, coming up with incredible products to unlock the lifestyle that you want. That's what we're doing today. My cell phone never rang once. Actually, it did, and it was my baby. But apart from that, it didn't ring. We didn't feel like we were just tied down to this depressing job, basically. So to answer your question, a roundabout answer, it feels absolutely amazing to be building a business, having duplication, having people change their life, but enjoying what we're doing and still having our own life at the same time.
Now, from a value perspective, and this is what I want to point out, now that you know how to do that, you could do it outside of Empower Network if you wanted. It's just funner working with people that are also rich. You know, I mean, that's a point. You know, it's like now I went for years having no friends, because it's like I talk to my buddies from school and it's like, you know, hey, you want to go play golf in Texas all day tomorrow? And they're like, I'm in Alaska. You know, and they can't go, they can't do nothing, right? But now I've got friends who are also rich, and we can just fly out to Florida. This has been the funnest thing ever, isn't it?
Yeah.
We talk about the most interesting things ever because we have all day to think, because we ain't on the goddamn phone.
We're not thinking about what we got to do when we get home. We're not thinking about the traffic that we're stuck in. We're not thinking about all this bullshit. We're just actually living life the way that we should be, being free.
Now, here's the point. This Costa Rica Mastermind Intensive product, one of the modules in this alone, I'm just going to talk about one for a second, $3,500 product. One of the modules teaches you, it would teach a company owner, if an MLM company owner bought that. It would teach a distributor who's always struggled. One of the modules teaches you how to create duplication systems that both maintain freedom and still duplicate through large teams. See, a lot of people, they assume, here's the problem, and I'm just going to outline this real quick for everybody on the call. There's a lot of things that duplicate. Right? A ton of stuff. You know, I've had things that duplicated where the more it duplicated, the worse my life got.
That's what I was
about
to say.
Well, that's what happens. See, when you do something, for example, like a three-way call, here's what happens, right? It works because he's badass at closing. And I get my grandma on the phone with Toby. And I say, Toby, I want to introduce you to my grandma. Grandma, this is Mr. Black. He walks on water, he glows in the dark. He's got special powers, he makes tons of money. He helps grandmas all over the world get rich online and offline, doing nothing, not even picking up the phone. And he doesn't ever talk on the phone, Grandma, never, because he's living the dream. Grandma, this is Mr. Black, who I have on the phone with you right now. I'm making fun of all you guys still doing that bullshit, right? But here's the because you know it, right? You can't argue with me, right? You won't fight me in the comments if you're doing that shit because you know you hate it. You know what I'm saying?
Layla and I are living proof for months and months and months. We are preaching the dream, but living the absolute nightmare. And every time we go on a call, listen to Dave, and Dave speaking the real truth, there was such internal conflict for us because we're doing these things that we hated to do. When we see everybody, you know, it's kind of like the kids on the playground, and you got the cool kids that are over there, and we're left out on the side, like looking out, like, oh man, they're having fun. There's birthday cake over there. Oh man, and we're just left over here going, oh. That's what you're doing right now. You're looking at this from the outside going, man, they're having fun. They're flying around the place. They're making money. They're having a life. Oh, if I could just do it. Well, you can do it. We're giving you permission right now to do it. All you have to do is click the button below right now. All you have to do is click the button below right now, and you can take that first step away from that bullshit nightmare into the dreamland. that's where we're all right now.
Dude, he's a musician, and I don't know, he kind of rhymes when he's talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, he rhymes, and it's like, he's like, you know, by now, you realize that you might want to buy now.
By now,
yeah,
by now, you've been on this webinar long enough to know that you should buy now.
Yeah, you should just buy now. By now, you realize it's a necessity to buy now.
By now, you've seen that you're on the wrong side of the glass here. You need to be on this side. And by now, you've heard enough just to buy now.
He's a poet, and you know. Now, so here's the point.
Right,
Okay, so guys, there's a point with this conversation here. Pull this back on the whiteboard here for a sec. Okay, so this $3,500 product, all right, one of the modules teaches you how to create duplication systems from scratch. It also teaches you how, if you want to use another one, that both duplicate and maintain freedom, which there's a difference. Because here's what happens if you don't know how to do it. What you learn how to do in this course. What happens is you convince my grandma to get in because he's a badass on the phone. I'll tell you, he's a badass on the phone. Listen to his voice. I just listen to his voice. I want to join stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's got that sexy voice, you know, and he says, can you say wussy for everyone?
Wussy.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I just got a bone. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, guys.
I wonder what it was.
Now, guys, here's the thing. Right? Here's the thing. He convinced my grandma. Not only did he convince her to get in, but he simultaneously convinced her that the best way to have success is to get her grandma friends on the phone with him.
I love grandma.
So guess what happens? Now tomorrow he's got 2 people calling him on the phone to convince him. And the more successful he gets, the next day he's got 4 people. And God forbid they should each get 1 calling him with their grandma friends, convincing their grandma friends and then their grandchildren to get in. And then by the end of the day, he's got 1,000 people calling him. And you know what happened to me? My phone blew up from 8 in the morning till 8 in the morning the next day, 7 days a week when I did that. So we teach you how to have the result of that.
And better.
And listen for a sec, guys. No phones. No phones in a room that represents about $1 million a month in commissions. No phones. Isn't that badass? Isn't that different? A whole lot more.
And you can turn it up so you can see that.
So what's the formula again? Right? It's going a little bit itchy if you guys can hear me. The formula again, right, is to make $3,000 a day. Right? That's how to make $1 million a year. That's how to make $1 million a year. Right? Now, it just so happens that our $3,500 product pays a $3,000 commission. Okay?
By golly, is that coincidence?
That could be a coincidence.
It just makes me slap my hand and say, "Gee Willikers, is that coincidence?"
It just so happens. It just so happens that we have a product that pays $3,000 commissions, right? So now we got a formula to make $1 million a year, and that's to get $3,000 a day. I just like to say get money. You know what I'm saying? Just
you're welcome to say get money as much as you want.
Dude, get money. Get money. By now you realize you need to get more money, right? But here's the thing: $3,000 a day is the formula to make $1 million a year. So the question is, how do you get this? How do you get this? Well, here's what we're going to do tonight. Tonight I'm going to show you that what you need to do is you need to sell one of these a day. You need to sell one of these a day, right? You need to get $3,000 a day. You need to get money, right? I like to get money, and by now you realize that you need to get money too. $3,000 a day worth, right? Because you want to make $1 million in 2013. A lot of people say I want to make a millionaire, but they never realize that to be a millionaire sucks, right? It's like having $1 million house. Well, it's cool. Well, how much money you got? You got $3,000 a day, because then you got $1 million a year in cash, which is cooler than most millionaires, isn't it? You guys ever met a millionaire that can't do nothing? You know what I mean? I have. I met plenty of them, right? I'm going to show you how to get $3,000 a day, which is $1 million a year. Now, here's the point with this. Here's the point with this, right? How do you do that? How do you do that? Here's what you do. What you do is first tonight, you want to be, right now, one of the next 30 people who decides to get all in Power Network. You want to be one of the next 30.
How many?
30.
That's it?
Yeah, 30. Now, we got 1,000 people on here. A lot of them are in Power Network. And you want to be one of the next 30. Right? One of the next 30 people. Why? Because we've got the formula here laid out, and we've got what you need to do, which is to make one of these sales a day. And what's going to happen is you're going to learn a lot of what you need to know to do that just by deciding to take action, because that's the first step. But what you want to do is you want to get in, and you want to buy everything. Because by now you realize you must buy everything. Because that's the way we do it at Empower Network, because we ain't wussies. We just tell you exactly what you need to know. And we're going to show you how to produce sales and to lead people through a process to where they can get the education that they want in this industry for the first time. Because let's face it, a lot of bullshit's out there. It's horseshit. You know what I mean? I was told to do. Hey, Toby, how much stuff was you told to do that just didn't make you any money at all? You know what I mean?
Primarily everything.
Yeah, I know. And then you're taught to do things, and it's like 8 hours of technical skill that you do all of it, and then what did you do? You frustrated yourself for 8 hours straight, right? What we're going to teach you is high-level stuff, okay? High-level stuff. And then we're going to show you how to make one of these sales a day. See, here's what we need to do. I'm thinking about it like this. Empower Network did 20 million last year, and if we do 100 million this next year, it's 5 times bigger, which means Lawrence Tam, he made half. He's out there and getting interviewed for professional video guys, right? Now he's out there getting interviewed. He made $500,000 last year. Well, I think next year he made 2.5 million. That's what I think, right? And Tracy Walker, I think he made $300,000-400,000 last year. I think you could make 5 times that at least, right? At least I think you actually make 3 million. You know.
Sounds good.
Because she's a woman, you know, and, you know, gorgeous and smart and a good marketer, you know what I mean? Like, Lawrence, you know, looks like Dilbert. Acts like him too, no. He's not there, so I said that way. Right. Now, here's the thing, guys. 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000 a day, right? How do you do it? Well, you sell one of these things every single day, and you're not going to be able to do that unless you buy, right? You're not going to be able to do that unless you buy. So here's what we're going to do in a brief nutshell, okay? I'm going to talk about value of being all in Power Network for a second, and then we're going to go around the room, and here's what we're going to do for the next 30 people who get all in. Now, if you already have the Masters and you don't got the 15K, well, then you need to buy that to be all in, don't you? You need to be all in and have all the products to take us up on this, and you need to do it now because there's tons of people on this. Right, we could go through. There's people actually ordering right now, but I'm talking so I can't see them. So I'll go run out there and check who's ordering, and then come back and tell you how many spots are left as we go through the webinar here, just because I think that's fun to do. You know what I mean? Put the pressure on a little bit. I want you to make a decision, right, to run with us here, right? Because the formula for Empower Network is super simple, but you've got to be committed, right? So we're going to go through and do this. So what are we going to teach you how to do? Well, what we're going to do tonight is we're going to record a product that nobody can buy. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The value I've got this weekend, right, is worth more than the amount that it cost for me to fly all of our leaders down first class, right? And we actually got a lot more leaders around the world that couldn't make it for whatever reason that we couldn't fly down. But this is a representation of some of our leaders in the Power Network. I'll tell you what I got from being around these leaders this weekend, just on selling the Master's course. What I got from it, okay, was worth more to me than the cost of all their first-class plane tickets, right? Of all their first-class hotel rooms, of all their meals and all their expenses, and all the wine and the drinks they've had over the weekend. Why? Because I learned stuff from the conversations that's going to make me an extra $3 to $5 to $10 million next year, right? Because I'm not stupid. I'm humble. I realize I don't know everything. I'm good at a few things. I'm sneaky. You know what I mean? By now you realize that. I know. Right. But the thing is that I've learned enough to make this trip worth 10 times what I spent to fly everybody down here along with Dave Sharp, right? And what we're going to do tonight is we're going to have personal conversations over dinner about how to use this information here from the leaders here, how to use this information here to turn money fast, okay? And to make it back your first month. And honestly, I think that's a little low. I think it's low. I think that you could do a lot more than that, right? So what's the cost total? It's like $5,100 something. $5,125. $5,125 to get all in. Okay, so if you're brand new seeing this, then it's $5,125. Now here's what's going to happen. We're going to record this tonight. It'll probably take us a week to edit or whatever, right? And then the people who do it, the next 30. Whoever those are, well, it might be the next. I don't know if we're down at all. I don't know how many people have ordered.
Just check 20 next. Actually, I think 26.
20. Okay, so the next 26 people that get all in, apparently, you can take advantage of this. Okay, and what we're going to do is we'll release that in the back offices if you're all in, and it's just not going to be something somebody can buy. Well, you can buy it now for $5,125, right? And then get all this stuff for free. So this is the bonus, if you want to think about it like that. But other than that, you might be able to buy it. It's going to be private, personal conversations with leaders. To me, it's been worth more than the cost of flying everybody down here. And that's what we're going to give you guys for just taking action, deciding to take action. Right? That's what we're going to give you. So real quick, in a nutshell, how do you make $1 million in 2013? You make $3,000 a day average, 30 days. I'm going to say if you want to be smart, make 3,000 or more every day of the week, and don't let yourself go under 3,000. So tonight we're going to talk all night about just making 3,000 bucks a day. Now I'll tell you, Dave, we ain't had a day that we've made less than 3,000 as affiliates in Empower Network for
Ever.
never. Well, when we weren't processing for a couple months. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I didn't. Yeah. Of course.
But other than that, we've made more than that. So we're going to talk about that too tonight. And we're going to show you the formula for doing it and go around and give you some personal conversations that's going to help you accomplish that if you decide to take action. Decide to take action. So Dave, hey, real quick, Dave, can you spend just like 2 minutes with me to go around with everybody?
Yeah.
And can you just show people just the basic idea and the formula? Actually, yeah, we should instead of that, we should have, Tony, can you come up? Can you come up? Let's have Tony do it.
Yeah,
we're always doing this stuff. Yeah. Hey, can you just show him real quick? Tony, you made 118,000 the other month, and you're on track this month to hit over 100,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're making 100,000 a month. Can you show people just the basic formula of how you do that? Dave, can you run back and can you check real quick just how many spots there are left for people to take action?
They're not going to believe this stuff. And a 7-day plan is just a daily method of operation over and over and over. So nobody's going to believe this. Nobody's going to believe this. All right, so here it is. Two basics per day plus being all in. Now that won't produce $3,000 a day in the first 30 days, or even maybe in the first 60 or 90 days. But I'll give you an idea. I made over $30,000 in the first 5 days of this month because I added on this. So without that, my first 5 days of December would have been still an admirable income, right? But it wouldn't have been $30-something thousand in 5 days. That's averaging $6,000 a day, which I don't know what it is now, but it's not 6,000. It's down to like 3,400 a day on average for December because of this. But my focus is still on 2 a day, always at least 2 a day, right? Does that make sense? And you guys, this is not a mystery. I mean, you guys hear us talk about this stuff all the time. And the reason I say that I don't believe it is because the human mind wants to complicate things. It's like you guys see this, and you hear David say, well, all you have to do is just make 3,000 a day. And the logical mind, your old mindset that's fighting for its life right now, says, well, yeah, I'll just make $3,000 a day. You talk like that's just a decision. But it is just a decision, right? It's the difference between a goal and a decision. This is a decision. Because I was talking to somebody the other day, they said, well, I really want to get my master's scores. That's my goal. Like, because we were having a goal conversation. I'm like, what's your goal? I'm like, well, my goal is to get the master's scores. Like, getting the master's course is not a goal. That's a decision. See, like, I don't say, I want to have French toast for breakfast tomorrow morning. That's a goal of mine. Right? That's not a goal. That's a decision. I can decide to have French toast tomorrow morning. And the same thing here. I mean, this is just a product that we sell. Anybody can choose to buy it. So the decision is be all in, and then follow the training that we give you in these courses so that this is a snap. Like, I had 11 people get started last Monday, which I think is ridiculous. I've never enrolled 11 people in a month.
You've never been the #1 recruiter in your company.
I've never been the #1 recruiter doing anything, ever. You know, 11 people.
Well, because you were on the phone.
Well, yeah, and everything had to be a 30-minute conversation, and everything had to be spoon-feeding and hand-holding and putting your arm around people and grinding and doing all the stuff we don't want to do. But we've got a machine, right? All you got to do is pour traffic into the top and dollars come out the bottom. It's a machine. It's a commission machine. And the information in these products is what shows you how to do that. So, like, I had, this morning when I got up, I'd already had 80 leads. And I'd already had like 4 people that had gotten started. So, you know, I'm ahead now after a year of doing this. I'm ahead. So my goal is I want 5 people a day getting started. So 5 people a day for me plus this is how I want to hit 1.5, 2 million, 2.5, whatever next year.
Aiming low, yeah.
And I'm just being conservative. I mean, we did $555,000 in our first 55 weeks, you know, here at Empower Network. But But that's the plan, and I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it because we're
Well,
going to go.
and let me real quick. Let me ask you some questions. Okay, so not too much story here, but just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Now you got on a live stream like this, like what you're watching live right now was what you were on
February.
in February.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was on a live stream like you're on right now in February, right? Now he got on this live stream, and I told you the formula for making $30,000 a month.
Yeah.
Was
2 a day.
2 a day. The 8 steps we say in the Fast Start training, and being all in.
Yeah.
It doesn't work without all in, and we're going to talk about why as we go around with the leaders tonight. Okay. Now we're not talking about the dinner. The dinner we're going to show you how to turn money fast and get it back fast. That's the bonus product that we're giving you guys. Just to clarify, for how many are left, Dave?
We got about 22 left.
22 people can take advantage of the next 22. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. If you look at this formula, it doesn't work without this. And it also doesn't work without consistent action. Now, I told you that would make you over $30,000 a month.
Right.
What happened next month?
I did $34,000 the next month.
So I told you this one month, and you did it.
I just went and did it. See, people aren't lacking information. What they're lacking is just take action and get rid of all the baggage that they think is holding them back. Nothing's holding them back. They just need to do what they're told.
So you did this, and that hit $34,000. Now the next month you did this, and what you did.
Now here, this was funny. Is I actually did.
So I told you this would make you $30,000.
And it made me. I didn't actually do.
So I underpromised.
You underpromised.
I just said.
So I was aiming to do 60 enrollments in March. Okay, 60. That's 2 a day. I missed it. I only did 54, and I had $34,000 in income. So the next month I thought, okay, well I can do 2 a day. Missed it again. Did 56 enrollments. But I made $45,000.
So you made more.
I had a $10,000 raise just from following the same plan because this is residual.
Right.
So all that money was still coming in. So I went and put 56 people in. I made that month $45,000. The next month I made $51,000, and I still hadn't hit 2 a day consistently. The first month I actually hit 2 a day consistently. The first month I did 60-something enrollments in a single month. We made $62,000.
So I underpromised.
Yeah, by about half.
So now check this out. So check this out. Now I underpromise, right? Now he starts doing it. Starts doing what I said in this webinar, which is what we just told you to do, right? We'll tell you how to do that too in this webinar tonight. As we go around, we'll tell you how to get 2 sales a day. That's easy. The bonus, we're going to show you how to get big money faster. Okay. Now here's the thing. When you look at this, right? He did this, which I told him on a webinar, and it worked the first month he did it, right? Now you're still doing this.
Yeah.
And now you're making $100,000 a month, and you're just doing this.
Right. And it still just takes.
So basically, you're doing the same work. You're just getting more money. I just like to say,
money.
get money. Can you just say, get money?
Just get money.
It is voice sexy. I'm just not like don't be black, but you know.
Just get money for doing nothing.
Just get money. Now
That's even more fun to say.
Last year, you put down the phone, and what happened?
I picked up the paycheck.
You picked up the paycheck. Here's the thing, right? How many prospecting calls you made last year?
I have not made a phone call since I've been here.
You think now you've been in network marketing for how long?
18 years.
How much have you paid for trading in 18 years? How much have you paid for trading total?
Including travel?
If you're going to guess, yeah.
$250,000.
$250,000. What do you think this is worth compared to what you've paid? If you're just going to say
this,
what you did before was worth $250,000, if you're going to say that, which maybe it wasn't, how much do you think this is?
You're talking about just the master course?
Just the master's course.
Just the master's course, $25,000. It's worth 10 times what I paid for another home study course. I paid $2,500 for a home study course one time. The first 2 hours of that product exceeded everything I got in the other product.
Now, sometimes people think our stuff just teaches people how to sell our stuff, and it's funny because most of the time they're company owners trying to keep their downline from joining because people are making money easier here than their thing, you know.
And they've never actually seen the product.
Yeah, they've never actually seen the product.
They assume that it's about selling and power.
They do, but now, you said something really interesting on your Facebook wall just the other week. Somebody said, well, what would you do if something happened to Empower? You remember that?
Just go do what I'm doing now.
Well, you learned here.
Right.
And you just go do it somewhere else.
Right.
And you wouldn't be picking up the phone.
I would never pick up the phone.
But you'd be picking up the paycheck.
I'd be picking up the paycheck.
You're a badass. Give him a hand, everybody. So the formula is, again, get 2 a day and just get the damn products. Now, you guys, sometimes you say, well, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get around to it. Well, how many people we got left, Dave?
Well, I just checked 12 sold since the webinar started, so what's that, 18 left?
18 left? Yeah. So we got 18 people left that can take advantage of this bonus training, which we're recording tonight. You know, I think this is just fun, you know, selling stuff. I love to sell stuff, and I love it when you buy stuff too, so thank you.
Me too.
All right, so we've got the formula here. Get 2 a day, get all in, And then here's what we're going to do. We're going to teach you how to do it faster, and we're going to teach you how to evolve over time. Okay? Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it around to the leaders. Okay? So we need some help. One person helping with one of the cameras. Okay? And here, yeah, Tony, you can help us. You're up here, and we're going to go around and we're going to interview. Or should we just have people come up here? Now let's go around. It's fun. Let's go around. It's fun. Okay. So you guys can feel free.
You make your
hold one.
million in commissions, you can just say funner if you want.
You can say funner if you want to. Yeah. Somebody said you can't say funner. It's more fun. And I say whatever the fuck I want. Right. So all right. So real quick, Dave Sharp. Now Dave Sharp's going to be in the bonus product, so I get to interview the man, the myth, the legend, Dave Sharp. So actually, somebody want to help out? Somebody want to help out here? You want to hold this just real quick and just make sure we're in the photo because we got 2 cameras going on. So this is Dave Sharp, co-founder of Empower Network. Now I didn't. You know, we chose to be business partners. Now he didn't choose to be business partners with me because I was a weenie, and I didn't choose him because he wasn't making any sales. You're making money before Empower Network, direct response marketing. He's got a gift and a talent, and you study every day, right? He's still. People say, you know, oh yeah, he's doing what? No, he studies hours a day. He studies this stuff. He's brilliant, right? He's like, Dave, I saw this banner ad the other day, and I flipped out. That thing is so sexy, right? I mean, he says things like that to me, and I'm like, Dave, it's a banner ad. You know, he's just into marketing in a weird way. You know, it's like a girlfriend to him. You know what I'm saying? It's my marketing. Now here's the thing.
Marketing mistress.
Right? So Dave, 10 people. Now we're talking from a perspective not as owners, right? And we're not making income guarantees. We're just saying possibilities. I just rhymed because I'm getting around Mr. Black, right? I don't know where he's at, but you know,
he's rhyming.
I'm getting my rhyme back.
He's rhyming somewhere,
right? Right. But here's the thing. Now it's possible for somebody to turn this around a lot faster than a month. Yeah. Right. So sometimes people are like $5,100. Well, that's a lot of money. Well, it's a lot. It's a lot of money if you don't make more than that back by going out and working your ass off. Right. That's the only time. Yeah. If we teach you how to actually make money, applying the information, right? Not just here but anywhere. Then $5,100 is less than a semester of college. It's less than I've paid for seminars. It's less than I've paid coaches. It's less than I paid my first year of college, which I didn't even go to class, and I still paid more than that. You know what I'm saying? Not even including my room and board, right? And I just skipped every class because I hated it. Yeah. You know, broke people teaching me how to be boring all day, right?
Or stay broke.
Yeah, and I'm not insulting, you know, if you went to college, you know, because a lot of smart people go to college that don't make any money too. So it's not just you. Right? but here's the thing, right? We Chewing on those. But it's not for a second. So tonight you're going to share some insights, obviously here now with people, but you're going to share some insights on how to turn money at dinner. You know what I'm saying? Now we can't get you drunk if you don't drink. You know what I mean? So the real secrets might not come out. They'll come out. You know, But
the funny thing
what can you teach people? What can you teach people from your perspective in our little bonus?
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is first of all, I mean, I go out.
I'm gonna go check how many people we.
Yeah, we sold. We probably got several more sold. The funny thing is that I don't drink, and when we go out, I'm usually the most obnoxious one there. So they're like, "Who's that drunk guy?" You know, and it's like that guy doesn't drink. The rest of them are drunk. You know, he's actually the sober one.
Really?
Yeah. But so here's also one thing that I want to point out to you guys is that 100 people paid $5,000 for this training already. If you think about that, when we were selling this from stage, because we offered this product back in Atlanta when we did our very first event, and when we were counting down the value, right? We were price buffering as well, and we'll teach you about price buffering. We'll essentially teach you as we're going through the course in this master's course. We teach you specifically how we've done $1 million in sales from stage, and we break down exactly how we do this. So what I want to do is talk about, first and foremost, the value of actually what you get inside of the product. Because a lot of people, they think, just like Dave was talking about, that these products are just here to for some weird, ridiculous reason. The truth of the matter is what we actually break down inside of this product is we break down what we've done specifically, for example, in month 1 to do over $250,000 in commissions without residuals. How did we do that? How did we take an idea from conceiving an idea and taking and turning it in to a real business, right? A lot of you sit around and you stare at your computer for hours and hours a day. You have all of these ideas. You don't really know how to take that idea and actually implement it. But the truth of the matter is it's very simple. Jose, for example, is a great implementer. A lot of you have great ideas, but you don't know how to take it from idea to actually make money.
Just real quick, I don't mean to
How many
interrupt.
more sold?
5. Somebody was asking how to buy. Okay, if you actually log into your if you're not affiliate, if you're not in Empower Network, if you haven't bought one of our products, you actually just hit the button below and buy. All right, and then just buy that, and you'll be taken to another video and buy the next product, and just continue to buy until you've bought everything. Now, that's how, right? But if you're already in, it's real simple. You just got to log in to empowernetwork.com. You do it in a different window so you can keep watching.
Right.
And then hit the tab that says the Master's Course. Hit the tab that says the Master's Course. Okay, just hit that tab. Now there's a couple steps you need to follow. What you need to do is hit the buy button. You need to actually call your financial institution, because sometimes they'll block your card, and then your card will be blocked till tomorrow or whatever. If you call in advance, there's 24-hour departments, because sometimes banks will block $3,500 transactions that happen late at night. It's just how it is, right? It doesn't matter what you're buying. I went to a jewelry store today to buy my wife an anniversary gift, and they blocked my card, okay? Because it's a large purchase. So what you do is you log in, you hit that, you could call your bank, say, hey, a $3,500 transaction is about to go through. Just want to let you know I approve it, and then hit the submit button after you do that. And then you need to actually sign an authorization form and re-upload it, okay? And then hit the submit, and then we'll finish processing the order. So I just want to let you know that somebody's asking that, and you could go ahead and do that. So I'll be back in a sec. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, no. So I mean, just to keep it real and keep it brief, the truth of the matter is a lot of people bought this course within 20 minutes for $5,000. And what did they really pay? They really paid $5,000 plus travel, plus all of the meals that it took to get down there and back. So I mean, most people paid $10,000 for this information, and we're not even really. And the truth of the matter is this what I love about Empower is we don't sell anything. We just give you the opportunity to be able to buy it for a massive discount. So I mean, most people paid $10,000. You can, if you're the next 22 people or whatever right tonight on this live stream or this live webinar, then you can get it for a discount of $3,500. Guys, that's a big deal. But back to the value of the product. Inside of this product, something magical happens when you're in a group of small kind of, instead of a huge event, you're a small group. That was 100 people down in Costa Rica. So the juices were flowing, no pun intended, I mean get your mind out of the gutter. The juices were flowing, right? The juices were, we were in Costa Rica though, and the juices do flow in
and we're flowing.
I mean in many different ways. But, guys, when we're in a small enclosed, something different happens. Something different happens when you're in a small mastermind group opposed to being in a huge event. Now, should you get to all the events? Absolutely, because that does a couple of things for you. You learn, but also you inject your team members with a culture. So that's why you never go to an event alone. You always drag somebody there, whether you don't have somebody in your team or you've got a team like Chris Record to where he brought 80 people, or Tracy Walker to where you brought 80 or 90 or whatever people, and your income doubled from Atlanta to San Diego. But something magical happens at these small events. What happens is the real secrets come out. And I'm just going to give you a little secret. The secret is that there is no secret. But here's the real kicker. Is that there's information that everybody knows in here inside of this room today that's allowed them to go from exactly where you're at right now to where they are at right now. And the truth of the matter is there's no difference between those people. There's no difference between me and you. The only difference is that I had the opportunity to get in front of a group of people like what we had in Costa Rica and learn some information and then learn how to apply that information. And that's the disconnect between having a head full of information and not knowing how to implement it. Guys, well, for example,
let me actually here. Can I interject?
Sure.
And somebody know their password. Actually, wait, no, I'll do that in a sec. We need to delete some wussbags who are leaving dumbass spam comments. Hey, I want to say something to you. If you're leaving spam comments on this site right now, you are a wussy. Okay, just saying. For the guy who's leaving the spam comments in the comments, everybody now on the webinar thinks you're a puss bag. So stop it. Okay, so So here's the thing, guys. Now you were making money before you came to my house last year, right? He came to a seminar at my house, right? And you were making good money when you came down, but you weren't making $1 million a year, right?
No.
Now think about this. We made that original Costa Rica product, the $500 one. You could get this where Empower Network spawned from this product. Okay, Lawrence was there. You were there. I was there. Only 3 people in the room that were there. right? Funny how every single person that's in this room that was there is now making over $100,000 a month. Period. Okay. I mean, that says it all. Yeah. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. For a second.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, it gives me goddamn goosebumps, man. Now,
the ex-Baptist gospel singer just went.
No, guys, here's the thing.
So here, guys, if you want to be around a group of people who just, do the abnormal and it's okay and you're allowed to be yourself and say what you want to say, then join now.
Yeah, join now and
meet us at the next event.
So he came.
Hang out with us.
He made $1 million next year. Now here's the point of that, right? You got all in. Yeah. With me at Power Network, right? So it's not just information; it's information, decision, and action. Yeah. You've got information now. So he can teach you a lot of wisdom is my point, and we're going to film some bonuses. Yeah. You're one badass partner.
Well, one last thing. Yeah, immediately. You don't even have to wait, though. Immediately, as soon as you buy the master's course right now, you can delve right into the first couple of modules, and I actually go into culture building, aka cult building. Now, is that building a bad cult? Absolutely not. Have some of the secrets and strategies that I teach inside of that module been used for evil before? Absolutely. But the cool thing is that you can use these for good, just like we've used them here to impact and influence people all over the world. And you can learn the skill sets to be able to not only have better relationships with your team and make more money, but also how to enhance your life with your wife and your kids. These principles, these concepts to be able to communicate and to be able to improve your language can basically enhance your life in ways that you never thought possible. You can get that literally in the first module of the master's course, so you don't even have to wait for the bonus video that we're going to shoot tonight. You can buy right now and log in and get that immediately as soon as you take action right now, so you don't even have to wait.
Hey, can somebody log into just one more computer, log in, and maybe on a phone so we don't interfere with the internet connection for low speed, and just log into the master's course so we can actually just read those off and tell people what they're going to get as we go around. So here's what I want to do. I want to go over to, now wait, hold on real quick. Who's at the master's course? How many people are actually at the retreat? Okay, so I'm going to go there first. Okay, for Peter. So Peter's holding this now. Can somebody replace him? You got it?
Nobody.
Jose. Now, real quick, guys. Just real quick. Let's put the camera on Jose here, real quick, right? Just for a second now. Some of you guys don't know Jose. Jose. Hey.
I thought I was holding.
I'm going to come back to you in a second. Jose, just curious, who's done the biggest I Am launch ever? I'm just curious who's done the biggest.
Besides Frank Kern?
Yeah, besides Frank Kern. Who?
I think we had one of the largest.
Was it $10 million?
Yep.
So
well, it was $6 million in 48 hours. But over the course of our launch, it was to over $10 million.
I'm just saying there's some badasses in the room, that's all. Right here. Yeah. No, this badass man, he's offering to hold the computer, he ain't no wussy, right? So now you were at the master's course. Yeah. Right? Okay. So here's a guy who's at the master's course, sitting in the room. You're actually in the sales video for it. Now, by the way, guys, again, you can buy the master's course. If you don't have the master's course yet, if you haven't bought it yet, you just log into Empower Network. There's actually a link right below this live stream, all right? And you can log into the master's course there. You just click on the button that says Master's Course, and a button will pop up. You can buy it there. And you're going to need to download the authorization form, all right? So we can just, validate you're being honest and not sneaking someone's card in there, right? So you just download that, sign it, upload it back, just scan it.
Kevin and Melissa actually just received, and also if you choose to be an affiliate, which most of you, probably on this webinar are, obviously the first sale will qualify you to earn commissions, and you can actually start getting emails like this.
What's
that
say?
Kevin and Melissa, or whatever your name is.
Hold on a second.
You just earned a $3,000 commission. Kevin and Melissa just earned one just
right here, right now. Hey, can you unlock your screen, dude? I don't know how to use phone.
Oh, go down.
Here we go. I just want to show you the email. Let's see. Show this camera first. You just earned $3,000. Congratulations! Everybody, give him a hand. Give Kevin. Okay. Now you guys can see too. He just earned a $3,000 commission. Dude, that's it.
Can you
do that once a day? You make $1 million next year.
Can you put the camera on just Melissa here real quick and just show just how beautiful she looks as she makes $3,000?
Now I just want to point out. Hey, just real quick. How does it feel to just make $3,000? I'm just wondering.
It's really funny because I really didn't do.
What kind of work were you just doing when you just made that $3,000? How much work were you just doing as you just made this $3,000? As you can see, I was stretched
out on this chaise lounge here next to the fire here at Dave Sharp's house. This is rough, man.
Yeah, I mean, now, are you a little thankful maybe that your husband spent the rent money to get in?
Yeah.
Now you ain't no wussy. You know, you're like, well, I need to do this, and we don't have money, so you know what?
Yeah.
He just freaking did it, and didn't even tell you.
Yeah.
And then you know what he did? He went and made some money.
Yeah.
So you got a badass husband, and you're badass.
Yeah, and it pays that would pay the rent several times over.
So now she just made enough, just knew enough to pay the good. God damn, that's badass. All right, so we got this guy now here, Peter.
Yeah.
Right. Now we met for the first time in Costa Rica. Or Florida?
Vegas, especially actually,
Vegas?
where I live in Vegas.
He hunted us down.
I hunted you
Oh
down.
yeah, you came to that.
Came to a little live event before I was checking you guys out.
Oh, I remember that guy that got up and stormed out of the room.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. Literally, this guy, I don't know if he was drunk or what, but in the middle of the meeting, just got pissed off what Dave was saying, and literally
started
screaming and yelling. The next thing you know, he's just in your face like this. And I thought something was about to go down for a second.
And I said, dude, if you don't like what I say, then the door's that way. Get out.
Right, leave.
Yeah, and he left, and then everybody clapped.
Yeah.
Right, so
They're
he
like,
left.
stop being a wussy
Yeah,
or
he
something
left,
like that.
He left and said, "Stop being a wussy." Kind of like everybody in the comments.
That was a pass-up sale. You might want to say what a pass-up sale was.
Oh,
by the way, guys, the reason why the guy came up and wanted to, body slam Dave was because he said Jesus and crotch in the same sentence. That was the real reason. I don't remember what the moral of the story
I
was.
wasn't talking about Jesus.
Of course not. Of course not. He just said Jesus something, whatever. Jesus Christmas.
I was talking about how awesome Jesus was.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I said I have to itch my crotch.
Something like that. It was hilarious. Just to clarify.
Changing the subject.
Nothing related to one or the other.
So I can't remember what I was going to ask now. All right, so hey Dave, just for a second, you want to come? No, I'll take over. So, anyways, you came to the master's course,
Yeah.
right? He came to the retreat, right? You've spent money on education before.
I've invested tens of thousands of dollars, and much of that money I didn't have actually as a young entrepreneur, putting on Aunt Visa and Uncle MasterCard.
Now, how much money did you make the month before you came to that event?
I made like $2,000, $2,500, I think, that month, $3,000.
So he was making money in empowerment. Live, I think, on this computer. Hey guys, are we still live? Okay, sorry for the disconnect. I think we had some people drop off the webinar there from it. So guys, invite people back on. We're going again. I believe it's still on here. Click on this real quick, if you can.
Should we bring another chair in here?
Yeah, bring it. Well, you got the hands. You got the hands.